friends. Wanted to do a quick mailbag. I had a couple things in today. I'm not quite sure what they are. Pretty sure I know what this is. I believe this is a cable. Yep. But this is an aux cable, but it is braided, and very specifically, I needed it to be a 4-pin aux cable. I'm trying to work on a mono headset that actually can connect to a copy of itself and provide a stereo headset when you plug in the cable to another one of itself. So I'm going to try to get audio and power over one of these, and then allow the jack to provide for some switching within the headset itself, so it knows when something's plugged in, when it's not plugged in, whether to mix a stereo signal into mono or to send another channel out to the other headset. So this will be nice. I think these are nice little braided cables. They're really long, so like, you know, doing this might be kind of a, yeah, that I might need something a little shorter, but I think these are good to test with. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. These are really nice. Give those a test a little bit later. Let's see what's in this one. Excuse me. These are, oh, hey. These are some, like, 2P, 2T, switches. So, let's see if I can show you this here. These are really, really, really tiny. Can you see that? Anyways, it's got 6 feet and split across it. Maybe I can do this. Split across it is the switch. So on either side you have an either-or switch. So you have a common line in the middle, and then when you switch it one way, it connects to one terminal, and then when you switch it the other way, it connects to the other terminal. So you can use that kind of as an on-off switch if you want, by just connecting 2 terminals, or you can actually start getting into a little bit more complex logic. So let's pull this up here. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, that's what it looks like. And you can see that it actually has 2 of those circuits. So the one side, so you have one side, and then you can actually switch 2 circuits with that. So one way or the other, and it's going to switch dual throw or dual pull during that throw. So those are pretty cool. Next is kind of a big one here. This is something actually from elsewhere in the United States, from a company that helps people repair their large format printers. So I have a large format printer over here, and my print heads need to be primed. So I lost some air in the, I had a leak in my tubing. So usually on large format printers you have your ink in tanks to the side, and then you have a pump system going through tubing, which then hits the print heads, which are on the carriage across the front, and that's what moves to print. And whereas on a smaller printer you'd have your print head and ink all on the same carriage, on these larger printers you really need to have the ink elsewhere. So I ended up with a leak in there, air got in. I was able to prime those tubes and seal them and get them back working, but in the interim, I got some air into my print heads. And what these are from this company, this helps you, there's 6 of these, so 1 for each color. These clip onto the print heads and allow you to take some ink. They need to read the instructions again. And here's some print head cleaning fluid. Excuse me. And some syringes to kind of help pull through the ink that you need to fill it up. So yeah, this is going to be really good, and I could excuse me, get my printer working again, which will be great for Queered and helping create branding items, fulfilling prints on Queered, whatnot. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this. Even though prints on Queered aren't really selling at all, unfortunately. I think some marketing might help that, but yeah, this kit is going to be really cool. This was made by inkproducts.com in Florida, Frostproof, Florida, and they have a YouTube channel, and they kind of show how these clips work. In the pictures, I actually thought these were 3D printed, but apparently they aren't. And this whole kit was like $45, which alone is probably the cost, like half the cost of a new print head. So I'm pretty stoked about being able to like actually service and maintain my printer moving forward. Eventually I'll probably set up some sort of continuous ink system where you kind of fake out the printer to think that it has full cartridges in there, where you're actually taking your ink from like a big jug of ink that you can get very easily and cheaply, because those ink tanks for the printer are proprietary and quite hecking expensive. So yeah, this is today's haul, I guess. Pretty excited. This switch is probably going to be used on the Bluetooth headset. My thought is that I want to keep the directionality of the buttons on the headset correct when you switch from right side to left side, so that forward or next track is always to the front, no matter which side. So you you take it off, you flip the switch to tell it it's going to be on the left side, and then you put it on the left side and it's good to go. The cable obviously probably needs something shorter, but I'm still engineering that feature anyways. Oh, if you want to see real quick, this is actually the prototype, or I guess you could say breadboarded prototype of the Bluetooth headset. And we have our buttons, our action buttons. This is an extra charge circuit right now. I'm having some trouble with charging and batteries at the moment. But you have your LEDs, your button interface, various resistors charging in, a mono amp, and the CSR 8635 Bluetooth chip, which is actually end of life at the moment, but there are tons of modules, like hundreds, millions of modules still floating around there using the CSR 8635 chip, and it's cheap too. So like we're talking $3 for this module compared to like $8 or $9 to $12 for some of the newer modules that Qualcomm is making since they bought CSR. So, yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this. Did a burn-in test last night with this, ran out this very large battery, which I'm going to end up needing to have a much smaller battery. But this should have some charging circuitry already built into it. Unfortunately, that seems to be a blocker at the moment, so I might try some different batteries and see if that works. My main problem is it's draining all the way down to 0. It's draining the batteries down to 0, so that when you end up plugging in, you don't... It's not bringing it back to a voltage in which it can charge, which is really upsetting. So, anyways, I hope that works out in the future, and I guess for now, that's it for today. I will catch you on the flip side. I'm Clomads on Instagram and Twitter. Queered.com is the nonprofit that I run to help queer and queer trans people of color artists and makers show off their work, and eventually we're going to have some maker space here in Oakland. And Voidbox VDBX is my electronics company where this product, the Bluetooth headset, and a bunch of other products are going to be released as products, but also we're going to open source everything that we do. So check me out in all these available spots. Hit the subscribe button and like if you liked it. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down, I guess. I'll see you next time. See ya. Bye.